Hi, my name is Jason Chonko, and I'm part of the applications group at Lake Shore Cryotronics. In today's video, we're going to take a closer look at the chart recording feature in MeasureLINK. I'm going to be using a Lake Shore M81 source measure instrument. Well, that's including a BCS or the balanced current source module, as well as a VM10 or a voltage measurement module. So I'm going to be sourcing a current into a resistor, measuring that voltage, and I want to plot that resistance as a function of time. And I'm going to use the chart recording feature of MeasureLINK to do that. You will need MeasureLINK, which is a Lakeshore software application, and the electric application pack, which includes the M81 drivers. And so if you've already installed MeasureLINK and you've already set up the electrical application pack and you connected your M81, you can follow along very easily with these instructions. So first thing we're going to do, double click on MeasureLINK to open. It'll take just a second. And then we're going to go to System Configuration. This is where we configure the instrumentation that's going to be used for a specific application in MeasureLINK. In this case, I have the M81 and a BCS and a VM. If you're going to be doing this on your own, you can add and then search through this list to find the products of interest. You can also use the control key to select multiple instruments. So here I have the M81. I want to make sure that I'm communicating with it. This is the mainframe. The modules are going to be listed below the BCS and the VM. So click on M81, communication, and you'll see we need to select an active interface type. Typically, this will pop up as simulator when you first start it. So I always select, well, in this case, I have a USB connection, which is a serial connection. I'm going to use the native driver. So I'm going to select that. You can search your USB bus using the search field, press refresh, and you'll see that COM4 is my M81. So once I've established that that's okay, you can actually check here using the test connection function. So it looks good. We can then apply that configuration. Now we've applied that configuration. Basically, we've set this instrument into the MeasureLINK memory. This is what we're going to be using for our chart recording. Now we can go over to Utilities, and you'll find Chart Recorder located here. There's one thing that I would like to show you before I go too far. We need to physically, well, we need to connect the software to the instrument, and there's a process to do that. Go down to MeasureLINK and we'll open up this monitor pane. You'll see that it has the execution state as idle. The system status is on, but the instrument, the M81 source measure system, is off. And so in order to connect it to the instrument, we're just going to slide that to the right. And now we are connected to the instrument. I have manually set on the front panel of the M81 a DC current amplitude of 1 microamp, and I'm reading back 9.99 millivolts. So I have that resistor in series with the current source, and I'm measuring the voltage in parallel, or a remote. I'm making a remote voltage measurement, a 4-wire measurement, essentially, on that resistor with the voltmeter. So now that I've connected the instrument to the software, I can go back to Chart Recorder. And Chart Recorder has a number of pieces to it. We've got the Chart Recorder, we've got tab, so we can have multiple tabs if we're measuring multiple things and we don't want to plot them all on the same chart. We can manipulate the chart title. Here we've got the update interval. This is probably one of the most important functions here. We can change the sample rate, so that's how often the data is going to be read from the instrument. And we can also change the legend. In this case, let's change that to 200 milliseconds per data point. We can use a fixed time window, or we could set a time window. That means it's only going to record for the amount of time that we have set when we use a fixed time window. We also have the option of logging data directly to a file that we select or not. I'm going to leave that unchecked for this app or for this demo, and I'll show you another method of saving the data. Here we can change the axes titles. And now we can select the actual data that we want to populate in this chart. Right click, so we'll click on this and we'll select that data channel. So the M81 has a lot of different measurements that it can make. In this case, we're just going to do a simple resistance value. So VM resistance value is going to be plotted. Once we've got that selected, we can simply press start, and the instrument will start collecting that data on 200 millisecond intervals. You can see as it starts to populate, it's going to go up and down. I can actually change the resistance value in this case. And I can go back up again, like so, back. So an interesting thing here, we can actually take a look and zoom into that specific feature. We can also reset the zoom. And then we can also export the displayed data to CSV. So again, at any point during the time that we're running this, we can stop, we can start again. We can then reset and reset the zoom or export displayed data to CSV. So really fast way of taking time data. We're taking resistance with respect to time. And so if you're manually setting up your setup, your experiment, you can very easily set up this chart recorder and do some simple manual things and see what's happening in real time. Hope you find this video useful. Please contact Lake Shore if you do have any questions, and have a great day.